All right.
And so.
Hi, my name's Bird, and what's
Brandon.
you're Brandon?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Brandon.
Nice to meet you too.
And we're standing here at Heritage Park in Olympia. And can you tell me a little bit about what's going on?
Well, after staying at Sylvester Park last night, I guess the Washington State Patrol encouraged us to come down to Heritage Park and occupy this space with our tents instead of Sylvester Park, and the General Assembly was in agreement that that would make more sense because there's more space and electricity and we're still visible and there's bathrooms. So that's why we're here. It's Occupy Olympia. It's partly in support of the Occupy Wall Street and the other movements going on across the nation, and we actually haven't come to a clear consensus or any kind of we haven't come up with any like list of demands or things that we want to start talking about. A lot of it's been logistical, like security and smoking sections, you know, which is kind of Olympia, little Olympia, and yeah, just like kind of what our goal is and whatnot. So that's what's going on here.
That sounds good. So are there tents in there right now?
There are some tents. Earlier I counted about 25 tents and 2 additional structures, one for first aid and another for... I thought there was going to be like emergency toilets, but I think because now we have bathrooms we don't have that anymore. But there's a few tents here. This is the second night. We kicked it off yesterday in Sylvester Park on the 15th.
Are you from Olympia?
I am kind of from Olympia. I'm actually from 20 minutes south of here, which is a small town of Rochester.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Are you planning to stay here?
I'm going to stay the night tonight. I do have pets at home and no one to watch them, so I have to bounce back and forth. And I actually commute now from Centralia, so I have to drive up here, so it's kind of a back and forth thing.
Yeah.
A lot of out-of-pocket expenses for gas and you know, stuff like that. So.
Okay.
But yeah, I plan on being here whenever I'm not working or at home. I'm going to be here in my spare time, holding my sign, using my voice. And,
awesome.
You know, trying to get people interested in the issues that we're facing as a country and as the world. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a job. My husband has a job. We bought our house in 2007 because we had my uncle and his son move up with us from California. And they consequently moved back to California. So we were left with a 4-bedroom house and a mortgage to go with it. We don't make a small amount of money a year. It's we're, you know, above the 100,000. But last year we had to file for bankruptcy because we couldn't get out of our house. We pay $1,350 a month for our health insurance premiums, and we pay $3,000 a month for a house that we can't get out of because we filed for bankruptcy because of all of the debt that we accrued from 2007 to this, trying to stay above water. And I'm not poor, but we basically work to pay our mortgage and have health insurance. My husband works 80 hours a week, and you know, I have a roof over my head and I have food in my belly. My son has health insurance and he's going to SBSCC and he's homeschooled. But if we are having a problem making it and had to file bankruptcy with our income, I can't even imagine what the rest of the country is going through. It's amazing. It's crazy. I was born in a commune. I was very poor for the majority of my life. I met my husband online. Otherwise, we never would have met in a social setting because we came from 2 different worlds. So I've been here and I've been here, and I kind of prefer to be here. You know what? I'm glad that I'm having these experiences than some of the experiences that everybody else is having. You know, I mean, I know that I get taxed because I'm the middle class, but to be, you know, literally half of our income goes to the wars. You know, I don't like that. it's so weird how everybody always talks about this country can't ever become socialist, and all of the programs that are bleeding us dry are the most socialist programs I have ever seen in my life. The military, that's like, oh my gosh, I was appalled. Everybody was like, support our troops, and I'm like, how much else do we need to support them? And we pay for their schooling, we pay for their housing, we pay for their families' housing, we pay for all of the babies that they've ever had, you know, all their medical for the rest of their life if they're veterans.
Do you have any family members or close friends in the military?
I have a family, well, I have an ex-husband who is my son's father, who is living in San Diego right now doing Occupy San Diego. And he is a veteran. He went to Iraq for a year, lost his relationship with his son because of it, because it was one of those formidable times, and it completely changed him. He was in Iraq for an entire year. He got 2 weeks at home with his family for the year, and our son, he came back and our son was like, I don't even know you.
You were saying you have to be here for your 71-year-old mom who doesn't know if she's going to get her benefits cut.
Yeah, and for my daughter who is disabled and lives in a nursing facility, and she's totally dependent on the state, and I'm underemployed and my husband's underemployed and we're really struggling, and I had to be here.
And you're getting treated badly in your job because there are 10 people ready to take your place.
Well, I don't have a job situation, but people that I know that do have a job situation. I've heard stories of things that I've never heard before because the job situation has deteriorated, because the employers know they can hire more people, and so people are putting up with situations on the job that are not like it used to be, where there was sort of an agreement, a social agreement, that work should be an honored thing in the United States, and I think it's deteriorated. I think it has, and it can't go much further down for some people.
Thank you.
Thank you.